Hello everyone, this is Flak88. Welcome to the Flak Tower. This is Operation Hercules 9.3. I'm going to start off with some housekeeping from 9.1, Knights Templar's turn. First off, he missed a coastal artillery die when he attacked Leningrad, so I need to roll a die at 2 or less. He moved through 2 subs through A54, right underneath that seaplane, so that seaplane gets to roll a die at 5 or less. And then he moved 8 units across the Med to make up the Deutsche Afrika Korps. So I have 8 interdiction dice to roll at 2 or less. We are showing a Lend-Lease of an artillery in northern Italy instead of the $4. And then, make sure my phone's plugged in here. And then personal housekeeping, I have $67 to spend. In a note, I corrected a +2, but that is incorrect. So I have $67 to spend this turn. So let's go ahead and start rolling. Here we go. So here's a coastal artillery at 2 or less. And that is a miss. We have a seaplane 5 or less. And that is a 2. Look at there. So, sorry. There is 1 sub coming off the board. Down here. Just took 1 sub off. That is an I1. Alright. And then I've got 8 dice from the Med up here. 8 dice, 2 or less. And that looks like they all survived. So, Afrika Korps lives to fight another day. Alright, let's jump straight into some tech. First off, Advanced Mechanized Infantry, that's a miss. Advanced Artillery, that is a miss. And let's switch the die up. Improved Factories. Hey, we'll go Improved Factories Stage 3. And Jet Fighters. Oh, I take it back. I take it back. So I already rolled 2. I only have 2 factories I can roll for. So I'm just going to go ahead and take the first two, and I will move my improved factories back to stage 2. Too bad, since I lost 2 major factories. So shucks darn, no tech advancements. Because the Germans declared war on the Soviet Union, and congratulations to Knights Templar, by the way. That was a glorious turn. Glorious turn. So congratulations on your epic moves there. The Soviet Union will be declaring war on the Empire of Japan this term due to failed peace negotiations. So straight into our buy. We can buy infantry at a -1 to cost, infantry class units. So here is our buy, $67 to spend. Get this here. Okay, so we have, at the major factory in Moscow, we have a medium armor, AAA, infantry, fighter, and artillery for 26. Stalingrad, at that major factory, we have 5 infantry, Kiev, an infantry, Novosibirsk, an airborne, and we're buying 27 militia. And jumping right into combat movements. I am attacking Japan, so here we go. First off, we are attacking the 3 transports in P15. Fighting Irish is scrambling 1 fighter from Korea. We're going to do convoy raiding in P34. We are attacking Korea from Primorsky Krai with 4 infantry and 2 artillery. We are attacking northern Manchuria with 2 infantry, 2 cavalry, and a motorized from Amur and Chita. We are attacking Xinjiang with a cavalry from Central Mongolia, 2 cavalry from Novosibirsk, a cavalry and an infantry from Turkestan, and 4 fighters tactical from Moscow. And they will have a range of 1, leaving from a airbase. We are attacking the Navy in M10 with our Navy in M11. We are attacking Oral Kursk. We can only attack 1 German taken turn or territory. So that is our 1 attack there at Oral Kursk. And those are our combat moves. So without further jibber jabber, let's jump into it. All right, so let's start over here, convoy raid. So that sub comes down from P7 to P16 to P34, 1, 2, 3. And we will roll red as attacker at a +2. And that is a wash, so we have no damage there. All right, let's go to 1 torpedo boat destroyer versus basically a fighter. That seaplane can be taken as a casualty. So here we go, torpedo boat destroyer at a 2, and that is a miss. So here we go, here's a fighter at a 6, and that is a miss. All right, start over, torpedo boat destroyer, miss, fighter, then there's a hit. So that was a failure. That's okay, it's worth a shot. All right, let's move into Korea. We have 4 infantry and 2 artillery attacking into Korea. It has 2 infantry, 2 fighters, and 2 artillery, and those are mountains. Alrighty, so here we go. We've got 2 first strikes at 2, and those missed. And the Japanese artillery first strikes at 3, and they missed. So here we go. There's 2 boosted infantry in the mountains at a 2. And there's 1 hit. And then we've got 2 infantry at a 1. And those are misses. Alright, so we've got 2 infantry defending at a 4. And it's kind of cocked, but we'll call it a hit. That's 2 hits. And then 2 fighters defending at 6s. And there's 1 more hit. So we'll take 3. They'll take 1. I think he said artillery. So I will take 3 infantry and we will discontinue that attack. Beautiful. All right, so moving up into central or northern Manchuria there. All right, so we've got 2 infantry, 2 cavalry, and a motorized. All right, so here's our 3 infantry. 3 infantry attacking at 1. There's a mountain border. And there's a hit. Holy cow. And that'll do her. 2 cavalry just in case. And they missed. 1 defending at a 2. And that's a hit. Of course. So we will go ahead and take... We'll take 1 of these. Shoot. Let's take the cavalry off. Take the cavalry off. And we will take northern Manchuria. And we will move up from 43 to 44. We'll move Japan down to 42. So we'll take that. Oh, tip it over. That's okay. Sorry, trying to call my little helper here. All right, so let's jump into this attack here in Xinjiang. I've got a little help here to help me distinguish the attack rolls here. So, all right, so we are attacking with 4 cavalry. 1 is a desert, 3 are mountains. The infantry is mountain. The aircraft are not affected. So let's go ahead and start here. All right, so we've got 4. Oh, here's your infantry at 1, and that is 1. So we got 1 hit. We got 3 cavalry at 2 mountains, and there's a hit. We've got 1 cavalry that's desert, and that's a miss. We've got 4 fighters at a 6, and that is 1 hit. And then we've got 1 tactical bomber at a 7, and that is 1 more hit. So we got 4 hits. Outstanding. In defense, we've got light armor at 1, and that is a miss. We've got 3 at 2, so militia and 2 cavalry at 2, and there's 1 hit. And then we've got 5. 4 infantry and mountain infantry all defending at 4. So here we go. Here's 4 at 5. And those are all missed. So we will take off the infantry, and they will take off 1, 2, 3, 4 light armor, militia, 2 cavalry. Took off the infantry. Oh, awesome. Okay. All right, here we go. So here we go. 3 at 2 cavalry. Holy cow, there's 2 hits. And we've got 1 more cavalry at 3. That's a miss. We got 4 fighters at 6. 1, 2, 3. That's 3 more hits. And tactical bomber at 7. And that is a hit. So that's 6 hits. That is his remainder. He has 5 defending at 4. And there is 2 hits. So we will take off 2 cavalry. And we will take Xinjiang with 2 cavalry. Super. And we will take that for the CCP. Oh, I didn't move my planes over. My planes are over here. Jumped ahead of myself. Here we go. So those planes have a movement of 1 left. Awesome. All right, let's move across the board. Next up, let's do that naval battle there. See if I can squeeze this stuff. Ooh, knocking stuff over. All right, so we've got cruiser, heavy cruiser at 6. We are attacking a destroyer and a torpedo boat destroyer. So here's my heavy cruiser at 6. It's right here. And there's a hit. Destroyer at 4. And there's a hit. Holy cow. And what is this, coastal sub? I think that's a 1 or a 2. It is a 2, but we missed that. In defense, we've got a destroyer, 4, miss, and a torpedo boat destroyer. Defending, that's a hit, so we'll go ahead and take off that torpedo boat, or that coastal sub. we will take ownership of that C zone. Super. Outstanding. All right. Next, let's do this battle here, Oral Kursk. We've got 3 light armor, and infantry, and 2 motorized. I'm knocking over all my buys. To recount that. Okay. All right. So here we go. 3 light armor, 3, and there's 1. We have 2 motorized at 2. They missed. And infantry at 2. They missed. So we will take Kursk. Except for he needs to defend. So here's a defense shot from that airborne. And that is a miss. So we will try this again. We will take Kursk with 3 light armor, 2 motorized, and a infantry. All right. That concludes my combat. No, that's not true. We do have that convoy raid up here in A8. So let's go ahead and roll that quick. And my dice. So attacker, red dice, +2. And that is a wash again. Soviets cannot hit with their subs. That is okay. All right. Non-combats. Non-combat move. So Soviet special ability, we can move a factory. So we're going to move the factory from Smolensk via rail down to Transcaucasia. We're going to move the 2, well, since we're right here, we're going to move 1 infantry from Transcaucasia to North Caucasia, 1 from North Caucasia into Klementia. Yes, we're going to move the seaplane 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I don't know how far a seaplane can move, but I'm going to try to move it up to Kola. If it can't make it, we'll stop in Moscow. I did not double check the range on a seaplane. All right. Okay, so the armor, sorry, it's getting late. The infantry and the artillery in Moscow are moving down to Tola Lipetsk. Moving down 1. The 2 light armor in Western Russia to Moscow. The 2 mobile in Smolensk to Moscow. Goodness sakes. All right. We are flying this transport plane from Moscow to Novosibirsk. We're going to rail this AAA from Moscow all the way to Primorsky Krai. This is all done. This infantry from Western Ukraine is going to hop over to Kiev. And I forgot to mention that I'm going to destroy some rails. Technically that happens in the combat movement. But I know the guys we're playing with are pretty forgiving, so since I forgot, destroying the rail in southern Ukraine, western Ukraine, Podlanchia, and Lithuania. All right, and these are all done. Okay, that rail is done. All right, bear with me, guys. Just updating a little bit here. happened to make this such a long video. All right. Okay, just make sure I'm not missing anything. Okay. Okay. All right, so let's go ahead and place units. I'm over here, so let's do this first. All right, so in Moscow, we're placing a light or a medium armor at AAA. An infantry fighter and an artillery. Awesome. Well, wide angle's a little better. Okay. All right, in Stalingrad, replacing those 5 infantry at that major. Replace that 1 infantry in Kiev. We're going to place that airborne in Novosibirsk. And we got a pile of infantry, or militia, goodness sakes. So let's put 4 militia in Moscow. Let's put, that's 4, here's 5 in Smolensk, 6 in Kiev, 7 in Western Ukraine, 8 in Southern Ukraine, 9 in Northern Belarusia, 10, 11 in Karelia. Oh my. I'm struggling here, sorry. That's 11, 12 in Western Russia. All right. 13 Eastern Ukraine. All right. Let's move over here just so we don't miss any. So we got 13, 14, 15. Into Primorsky Krai, 16 Amur, 17 Cheetah, 18 Central Mongolia, and I've had it since the beginning of the turn. 19, 20, 21, 22, 23, 24, 25, 26, okay. All right, so we will put 1 in Novosibirsk. Put 1 in Ulyasetia, that's other Mongolian territory there. All right, let's move back over. We're going to put 3 militia in Transcaucasia. Put a couple more in Kiev. Put 1 down here in Turia. Having a hard time pronouncing these, but there we go. All right. The planes that are in Sinking are going to fly over to Turkestan. That's where they're landing. So the CCP now have a territory again, so I'm not sure if they can recruitment roll or not. I lost my dice tray. So if they can, let's just roll a dice here. If they can recruit with their 1 territory, they missed. And if they can collect their $2, I'll collect. Take this all off. If they can collect their 2, we'll collect their 2 for their railroad. Let's see. We went up 2 more for Kursk. Germans will go down 2. So we will collect 46 plus 2 for holding cities. Excuse my cluster here. So we will collect 48. 5, 6, 7, 8. Here we go. 48 collected. And we'll do a disposition of forces here quick. So I've got a sub in P34. We've got 3 militia and infantry, a AAA, 2 artillery in Primorsky Krai, a militia and a MOR, 2 infantry, cavalry, and a motorized in northern Manchuria, militia in Chita, 2 infantry and militia in this Mongolian province, militia, 2 cavalry in Xinjiang, an airborne and militia, and a transport plane in Novosibirsk, 4 fighters and a tactical in Turkestan, yep. 2 infantry, a minor factory, and 3 militia in Transcaucasia, infantry in Northern Caucasia, and I missed this. That's supposed to be in Donetsk, Kuban. An infantry, a militia, lots of militia. So here we go. 4 militia, Moscow, 2 light armor, 2 motorized, medium armor, infantry, AAA, and a fighter. And what do we got? Kiev's got 3 militia, 2 infantry, and then militia spotted all over the place. It's a lot of territories to rattle off, so. And maybe a seaplane in Kola to double check the range on that. Alright guys, it's getting late. That's what I got. Thanks for watching.